the former IWC heavyweight champion, defeated by delicious DeMarco last December and subsequently in January. Shima Xion tonight, though, is here to prove a point. Shima's going to prove that Shima himself realizes his full potential as a professional wrestler here in IWC. Meanwhile, his one-time tag team partner took his opportunities and floundered. Gory's had a bit of a rough streak the past several months, not helped by the fact that after each of his matches, his one-time tag team partner, Shima Xion, would come to the ring and lambaste him and insult him, demean him, even going so far as to slap him in the face. Shima told Gory, "You're the exact same place you've been at all these years. You haven't grown as a competitor, and as a result, you're a failure." Jason Gory asked for this matchup to prove he is indeed not a failure. And we've seen Jason Gory step it up over the past several months. We've seen him improve his physique. We've seen him improve his ring gear. We've seen him improve his attitude, his motivation. All around, Jason Gory is a better competitor than he was a year ago in every aspect. And Gory is returning the slap of Shima Xion this time around, much unlike we saw in Clearfield a month ago. Quick pace to begin, as we might have expected from these two athletes. Gory and Shima's first ever IWC match was against one another in the fall of 2004. It was Shima Xion victorious, and Shima that has seemed to have a step ahead of Jason Gory ever since. However, mutual respect between the two brought them together as a tag team. Known as Babyface Fire, they captured multiple tag team championships, but the team ended up going their separate ways and pursuing a singles glory, added when Shima Xion wanted the spotlight all on himself instead of his former friends like Jason Gory and Jimmy DeMarco. Gory is punishing Shima Xion right now. Follow through with the kick to the face. Xion is down. The cover for 2-0. It's Gory punishing Shima Xion, now trying to prove a point. Shima thinks he is better than Jason Gory. He thinks Gory is a total failure. That match very well could either prove or disprove that theory. Keep in mind, Jason Gory, albeit for only an hour or so, was a Super Indy champion. Now watch Shima snap off the head scissors. Both men are so evenly matched, have been since day one. Watch Shima. Now quickens Gory for a moment, baseball slide, and a huge thud. Gory hits on the outside. Shima Xion has added more upper body mass, but has not lost his speed, has not lost a hair of his agility. And that makes Shima Xion very dangerous as well. It has only been upward mobility for both these athletes the past 5.5 years. I think the one difference is Shima Xion has opened more doors abroad, but both men have had success. Shima able to spring in and trap Gory in one felt motion. And it's Gory bridging back and bending the spine and the neck of Jason Gory. This could be an easy submission here, but if Jason Gory taps out, he taps away his chance to be Shima Xion's superior. And Shima is grounding Gory. If anybody has an advantage with speed and agility, it's got to be slightly to Gory, who has got to be the quickest man up and down on the IWC roster. And Shima knows this. And Shima knows he needs to get back into title contention. Because whoever wins, Jimmy DeMarco versus Leroux in a week in West Mifflin, Shima Xion wants to be waiting in the wings. But Gory with a scissors. Beautifully done the Hurricane Rana. Oh my God! Shima met Gory midair as Gory was going high risk, and Shima vaulted Gory's body through the air as Gory landed on the knees of Shima Xion. That's the stakes, that's the volatility this issue has risen to. But Gory will not say die. Gory will not back down, that's for sure. Shima with the moonsault, and no, your fault. Shima applying the chin lock. Trying to keep the pressure on the back and the neck after what we've seen so far, the knees, the submission attempt, and so forth. Crowd trying to cheer on Gory, but Shima's done a great job of taking the crowd factor out of this matchup. The crowd was in awe when they saw Gory's body change directions in midair. And Shima, rapid fire kicks to the face and chest of his former tag partner. And again, it's all about proving who is superior, who carried the team, who had the most success after the team. And success is how you measure it. Jason Gory doesn't have that Japanese style, doesn't have that lucha libre style. He's not going to have the same breaks in Japan and Mexico that Shima does, but he's got a damn good heart, and he's a hell of an athlete. And we're seeing here, like Gory surviving. Drop kick into the corner, the cover for two. Shima able to kick Gory down with a mule kick and now choking away. Shima's doing a very good job of using his power to the advantage. He cannot match quickness. He can overmatch in power. The double knees, two and no. Shima's up to about 190 pounds of pure smut, which is more smut than any time in his career. And he's learning how to use it. And that's what makes Shima such a dangerous competitor and such a successful competitor in this and other countries, in this and other states, this and other styles. Gory tries to recover, and Shima got distracted by the ringside fans. That's a big pet peeve of Shima, his name being mispronounced or misspelled, and that led to the opening. There you see the insecurity, the model-like personality into the QAS. Can Gory do this? No. Jason Gory half a count away from busting Shima's ego down to size. And Shima is now off his game. Or with the drop kick. Gonna fly it over, but Shima gets the shoulder to the midsection. And Shima goes high risk, but bolted halfway up the entrance area. Gory was a step ahead of Shima Xion in that exchange. And there you see it goes back to how well they know each other, how long they've been rivals as well as tag team partners. And Gory, high risk, acai moonsault. Beautiful form with swan-like grace. How did he land? I can't tell from back here. You have the visual thanks to Tony F. But either way, high risk that both men will be feeling. Shima back into the ring, rolled by Gory. Gory looking to go to the top turnbuckle. Hurricane Rana once again. Cover, and she'll do it, no. And Gory inches away from proving a major professional and personal point. He's not a failure. He's not in a holding pattern. Jason Gory proving he has it in him. He has what it takes. He's not a choke artist. But Shima trying to prove the opposite. And right in to a lung blower by Jason Gory. Gory down with trepidation. Gory can have it here. Now near fall again. Unquestionably the most competitive match we've seen so far here tonight, perhaps so far all year. Shima, Xion, Jason Gory, just as they have had for so many years, once again, pushing each other to their limit. Both men looking to get some wind here, and Gory went to spring, put the brakes on as he saw Shima pulled the official in the way. But Shima used the opening, took advantage. Gory went to bridge back with a roll-up, but Shima able to catch the shoulders of Gory, but again can't put him away. Shima maybe going for the face eraser, but did it in another form. Face eraser, hostile makeover by any name. Shima Xion has this win tonight. No!
2 minutes.
Gory survives another signature Shima maneuver. Gory is willed ahead by the point to prove. Not to be walked over by his former tag partner. Not to be belittled by a man he once called friend. Shima Xion has a chair, but the official intervenes. This is not a hardcore match. Shima taking objection to that, arguing with the official. But that could have cost him here. Gory, roll up. Gory did it. Jason Gory has done it. Point to prove here tonight. Gory shows Shima Xion that they're in a league all together after all. Gory is not a failure. Shima is not that far above Jason Gory. Who's really the better athlete? I think that's up for debate and will be till the end of time. But Jason Gory scores a major piece of mind and proves he can bring it, much to the dismay of Shima Xion. Jason Gory can still get it done, and Jason Gory may be able to get it done in a big-time fashion here in IWC. Can this win propel Gory to the heights we've always known he's good enough to be at? Veteran of 35 years in professional wrestling, a regional legend of professional wrestling, accompanied by my broadcast colleague, Mayor Mystery. He is the man from Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Lord Zoltan, set for an 8-man tag, and we're to be believed that Zoltan was bought off by chest flexors, billions of dollars. Not too sure about that. And this music can only mean one thing. The entrance of the rest of the billion-dollar Bone Breakers. Sherborne and Shane Taylor have a price. They've been the chosen ones to collect bounties and run interference for a number of different people for the past year and a half. But Irish Sherborne are indeed the longest reigning tag team champions in IWC history, and that counts for a lot. But will the team of Airborne, Shane Taylor, and Lord Zoltan be enough to combat the $1 million muscle machine led by the reigning IWC champion and the newest Hall of Famer of the business? DeMarco has been a fighting champion. We saw him successfully defend against J-Rock a month ago. This match will not resemble that J-Rock match at all. Period. Jimmy DeMarco and Ted DiBiase have assembled the strangest tag team in wrestling history. Water gun. Hopefully does not come back here to the tech area. But Doink the Clown, another athlete, all about pulling pranks, having fun, and making people laugh. What better place to have a good time than Night of Legends? Our 6th annual extravaganza, our biggest yet, and it's only going to get bigger as this match progresses. Jimmy DeMarco, Lumberjack Leroux, Doink the Clown, and of course there's one more on the way.
And ladies and gentlemen, Lumberjack Leroux Doink and Jimmy DeMarco's partners.
Just 2 weeks ago, Ted DiBiase was in Phoenix, Arizona, surrounded by his peers as he accepted the ultimate honor into the Hall of Fame. Now Ted DiBiase comes to be honored in Franklin, Pennsylvania as part of the Night of Legends and guides this 8-man tag into success. Keep in mind DiBiase's success at guiding his $1 million corporation in the mid-90s, the NWO in the late 90s. DiBiase has a mind second to none, a second-generation wrestler, and a timeless commodity in professional wrestling. Can you believe the characters we have in this ring right now? And Virgil looks happier than I've seen him with years, back with Ted DiBiase now. $1 Million Man and Virgil had a falling out in the early 90s that ended in Virgil defeating DiBiase for the $1 Million Championship, now being worn by Ted DiBiase's son on Monday Night Raw. And the $1 Million Muscle Machine is en masse in the ring, set to take on the $1 Billion Bone Breakers, led by Chest Flexor and the nefarious Mayor Mystery. Word on the whereabouts of Virgil are unsubstantiated. How do you even expect anything in this? How do you know what to expect? Yeah, Zoltan's in great shape. Lord Zoltan, not necessarily a bodybuilder, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to the theme of the night, craftiness and intelligence, Zoltan's one of the best. But when it comes to mind games, you can't count out Doink the Clown. Crist, one half of the IWC Tag Team Champions, going to start this match out with Doink the Clown in a sentence I never thought I would say. Looks like Dave Crist may have rummaged through Doink's makeup bag by his appearance. But Irish Airborne, the longest reigning Tag Team Champions in IWC history. Over a year and counting. And that says a lot about the ability of Dave and Jay Crist. Side headlock by Dave Crist. Shoulder tackle. And it's Crist in control. Stop. Look up. No. Doink the Clown 1, Irish Airborne 0. Time for the $1 Billion Bone Breakers to regroup. Chest Flexor and Mayor Mystery, more concerned with this crowd than with guiding anybody anywhere. That's not going to help them. Crowd tells the story. We are jam-packed to the rafters. SRO signs went out early this afternoon for the 6th annual Night of Legends, and it's clear to see why. Dave Crist with a side headlock. Oh, we already saw this. Stop! Look up! That didn't work. Ted DiBiase, all smiles on the outside. The most bizarre team in professional wrestling history, but right now, they're pitching a perfect game. And the tag into Virgil, who we saw last year at the Night of Legends. And the crowd chanting NWO. Who knows where Virgil's been in the past year? I saw him hug a hobo a couple weeks ago in Cleveland, but that's another story. Virgil has Dave Crist in enemy territory. Smart tag team wrestling. As we mentioned, Virgil, the only man to ever defeat the $1 Million Man for the $1 Million Championship. And they've since reconciled. They reconciled in 96, had a falling out in 97, and now they're back on the same page. And now tagging Lumberjack Leroux. And he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day. Now it's time to fight. Elbow. Barely got two though. Keep in mind, these are the current tag team champions in Irish Airborne. Gonna be tough to beat them. Lumberjack used to picking up those big logs and tree stumps over his shoulder. He's got a lot of power. He'll throw Dave Crist around just like that. But Dave gets to his corner, tagging to Jake Crist. And the fresh man of Irish Airborne in the ring now. See photographer Howard Kernatz walking around ringside, walking around this building documenting so many of these great visuals. Lumberjack on the clothesline. And DeMarco, a little unfair advantage, but no one ever accused DeMarco of being a saint. And Virgil slips in a shot as well. And the $1 billion Bone Breakers are in $1 billion worth of trouble so far. Diving tag. Who got it? Was it Zoltan? Zoltan, the Lumberjack. These two have history. Keep in mind, 2 years ago, they got involved with Abdullah the Butcher and Tommy Rich. Last year they had an altercation. It ended with George the Animal Steel, of all people, getting involved. Looking on from the outside, still a Cheshire Cat grin. Thank you, Chuck. A Cheshire Cat grin from Ted DiBiase Sr. I don't think we're going to settle much in this verbal debate anytime soon. And Ted DiBiase with a poke in the eyes of Zoltan. And now Doink the Clown back in. Doink the Clown and Lord Zoltan, one of the most storied rivalries in the history of this area of professional wrestling. And here comes the IWC champion, Delicious Jimmy DeMarco. And this is not a Jimmy DeMarco style, but well then again it's weird, and that is a Jimmy DeMarco style. Oh no. This just got serious. 375 of Shane Taylor and just steamrolled over Jimmy DeMarco. Shane Taylor, Cleveland native. No one here likes that fact. Taylor, again, overpowering DeMarco. We've seen DeMarco and Shane Taylor meet before, but DeMarco always takes a beating. And Jimmy's got to be resourceful here. He's got to hit and move. Reversal by Taylor, duck on the clothesline. Second time counter. Huge takedown by Taylor, who is one of the most physically intimidating men we've ever seen in IWC. Taylor tags in Dave Crist. And DeMarco in trouble here. Some of his partners trying to get involved and help. But now the $1 billion Bone Breakers have isolated Jimmy DeMarco in their half of the ring, cutting the ring off at its hypotenuse. Couple of near falls. I'm not sure how much money Chest Flexor is actually investing into this matchup. It's not $1 billion, but I'm sure it's some amount worth the time of Airborne and Shane Taylor. We've seen them take orders from Shima. We've seen them take orders from J-Rock. We've seen them take orders from N-Con Norm Connors. Dave Crist gets the elbow. So Flexor's making it worth their while, somehow. I'm just not sure how. Reverse chinlock by Jake Crist. DeMarco got to get to a corner, got to get to a tag. 3 able bodies who won in here, but Airborne and Taylor obviously the only individuals in this match with any experience working with one another. That's going to be advantageous, and Jake Crist with a huge side kick takes down DeMarco. Covering, thankfully Doink can interrupt. Zoltan in now. Shot to the throat. That's going to temporarily paralyze you. Airborne distracted him up the reed, and Zoltan with the wrist tape, choking away on Jimmy DeMarco. Zoltan in the front chancery. Doink is tagged in, but the official didn't see the tag. DeMarco had gotten to the wrestling clown. There was nobody there to see it. Or at least not the person that mattered. And Airborne, that intricate, elaborate double teaming that make them so dangerous, make them so dominant. Strong splash by Jake Crist. And the cover, 2 and no. Near fall situation. Taylor gets the right hand in. But DeMarco gets the foot up. Second time. Can DeMarco get this oak tree down? No. Taylor scoops him up. Overhead with a suplex to the back of the head. Covered by Taylor. 2 and near fall situation. And Taylor, if he pins the IWC champion, that's a major, major statement being made by the Notorious One. Leg drop, nobody home. DeMarco has a chance here. Ted DiBiase willing on, the delicious one. The perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh gets the tag. Doink the clown in. Everybody in. It's a Pier 6 brawl. It's mass chaos pandemonium at Rocky Grove High School. Three-way collision. It's Leroux and Taylor on the outside. $1 Million Man has Shane Taylor. $1 Million Man with the right hand. Ted DiBiase helping even these odds. DiBiase still taking care of people on the outside. Doink and Dave Crist in the ring. Double noggin knocker by Ted DiBiase. Doink with a cover. Couldn't get him. Zoltan's got the mayor's cane. Doink's on top. Doink, down air fall. Action continuing all over this building. Can't even keep control of this. The atomic drop. Dave Crist is hurt. The clothesline. That'll hurt your tailbone. Ted DiBiase and chest flexor are face to face on the outside. World's worst worm in the ring, more like the slug. And millions are meeting billions on the floor. Shane Taylor just splashed his old man. Candy-coated cookie cutter. The C4 explodes in Franklin. A 5-knuckle shuffle by the clown. That did it. Millions overcome billions tonight. Tonight, millions really were worth more than billions. As $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, Virgil, Doink the Clown, Lumberjack Leroux, and the IWC champion, you're listening to DeMarco, win the most bizarre 8-man tag team match, perhaps anywhere, ever. The mayor is irate, chest flexor beside himself. The best laid plans have not gone well this evening. And DeMarco's got flexor. Chuck Roberts getting everybody else the hell out of here. This moment belongs to the team in the ring, our champion, and the recent Hall of Famer, Ted DiBiase. Flexor's back. Like you did that all by yourself, pal.
And it's all over. Well, you know what, pal? Break it down! I'll decide when I want to play my swan song and dive off into the sunset. But one thing you need to always remember is I always have backup.
Dream, and Flexor is even more into dreamland than he was at the start. There's one step left. $100 bill. Everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man, even a so-called billionaire.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please join me in welcoming? He's a two-time Hall of Famer.
Watch it, little boy.
You know him, ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Wonderful Paul.
Being joined by another timeless legend of professional wrestling, a man who main evented the very first WrestleMania alongside Rowdy Roddy Piper. He is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. We've seen him before in IWC, and he's back here one more time to visit his great fans.
I have such great memories of him turning on that no-good Hulk Hogan. Sure you remember that, Joe Dombrowski?
I do.
What a moment.
Thank you all. You enjoying yourselves? When you know you're here tonight among the legends here at FAPLC and myself, he said I was a two-time, but actually I'm a three-time Hall of Famer. You forgot that. College Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame, and now Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. So you think I may be bragging, but I'm not bragging. I'm very happy and very thankful because I wouldn't be wearing this ring right now if it weren't for you people out there. And I truly mean that from my heart. Because I don't get a lot of money for coming here, but I do enjoy getting out, signing autographs, and talking to some of the people. Because you helped me in my career. And without you, either liking me or hating me, you still helped my career. But I liked it better when you were throwing coats at me and throwing darts at me and throwing bodies at me and hitting me in the lip and getting 26 stitches and all these other things you used to do to me you don't remember, but your mom or dad may remember because they would probably be behind it all. But really, you got a good group of guys here and they're working hard. They're trying to go out there and doing the best they can do. They're young, they're a little unexperienced, but you know, time will tell. And the more they do it, the better they're going to get. Okay? I thank each and every one of you for showing up tonight. And may God bless every one of you all in here. Now let's not forget this too, okay? And remember, we're going to vote for the House and the Senate here pretty soon. We got to get it back, and we got to get a new president. Remember that. Think about it. You got to get a new president.
Originally hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but now hailing from glorious Tampa, Florida. Please welcome the man from Maryland, the living legend, Zbyszko.
That is a legend, Dombrowski. Larry Zbyszko takes his bow, not real happy with Chuck Roberts, but be that as it may, it was Larry Zbyszko who had his issues with Dominic DeNucci a couple of years ago. DeNucci was managed by Bruno Sammartino.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent hails from Pittsburgh.
look at the shape this guy's in.
He was in better shape than he did probably in WrestleMania 1, Dombrowski.
Absolutely. Larry Zbyszko lost to Dominic Minucci 2 years ago, so now he's challenged the son of Bruno Sammartino. That is David Sammartino. You mentioned he was managed by Father Sammartino at the first WrestleMania.
That's right.
We've seen him, we haven't really seen him a lot in recent years, but he hasn't been sitting on the couch eating potato chips, has he?
No. And from what my research and all the people I've talked to, he is in the best shape of his life. And they say not only has he not lost a step since WrestleMania 1, he's actually better now.
Larry Zbyszko has the interesting distinction of making his debut for Ring of Honor earlier this year in a match with Scotty Taylor that I had an interesting experience calling. So Zbyszko is still getting out there each and every weekend and fighting with anyone and everyone that wants a piece of the living legend.
And Zbyszko's in pretty good shape for an elder statesman, shall we say?
Certainly.
And to some of our younger fans who might not realize, the Sammartino-Zbyszko rivalry is as intense as any rivalry in wrestling history. Bruno cheated this man Zbyszko out of stardom.
Well, no, wait a second. Zbyszko was the apprentice of Bruno Sammartino. Bruno was the mentor. Zbyszko stabbed him in the back.
No.
That led to a cage match at Shea Stadium, and Zbyszko has claimed for years, many, many glorious years, that he has retired Bruno Sammartino. That's not the case.
Oh, no, that's absolutely the case. And I think you got your facts wrong, Dombrowski.
And also keep in mind, that is how Larry got the Living Legend nickname. He stole it from Bruno Sammartino.
Well, Sammartino could not take the fact that Zbyszko was younger, better looking, a better athlete, just all around a better person, a better wrestler, and Sammartino couldn't take that.
And I'll tell you what,
he treated Zbyszko horribly, and all that was comeuppance for Zbyszko in Shea Stadium.
You take Bruno Sammartino from about 25, 30 years ago, shave off about 20 or 30 pounds, you've got David Sammartino. He looks quite strikingly like his father.
He certainly does. And I know David has been kind of just chomping at the bit, waiting for this chance to get his hands on Larry Zbyszko.
Oh, yeah, well, and this business is never out of your blood. We haven't seen David wrestle that frequently over the past decade and a half. But he definitely could get some major points for the Sammartino family, a battle of pride here, if he can stick it to Larry Zbyszko here in the year 2010.
That's right.
And Zbyszko stalling the outset of this matchup, a Zbyszko staple.
Yeah, what you would consider stalling, that's actually a tactic by Zbyszko used to get in his opponent's head. Look how fired up Sammartino is. He wants to get at Zbyszko. Zbyszko's going to take his time. Zbyszko's basically saying, we're doing this on my schedule, boy.
You think Zbyszko really thinks he can match power with a guy built like David Sammartino?
No, but I don't think he's dumb enough to try.
Well, they say the biggest fool of all is the man who fools himself.
I heard it a little different. It was like this. The biggest fool of all is Joe Dombrowski.
I never heard Zbyszko say that on a night show, but it may be true. Zbyszko has the arm of David Sammartino. Zbyszko saw that David was about to reverse, and Larry got out of dodge.
Is there a wrestler in this or any generation more crafty than Larry Zbyszko?
That's a good question. Zbyszko comes from the old school.
We don't need to talk about that last match, Dombrowski, by the way.
Oh, well, I was trying to avoid it for the sake of your demeanor, because I know I have to put up with you, and you still say you're not done, which I hope is not. I hope you're done. But then again, you'll be over here where I can watch you. That's where you're most safe.
That's right. Don't you worry about that, Dombrowski. Don't you worry about it. Chuck Roberts and I are going to have a talk about that last match.
Just be lucky you didn't get the Ben Franklin in your mouth.
Exactly. Well,
crowd coming alive for Larry Zbyszko, which is very ironic, but certainly David Sammartino has a lot of fans as well, of course, growing up in the Pittsburgh area.
Sammartino's basically crawling out of his skin. He wants to get his hands on Zbyszko so bad.
Zbyszko's not in a hurry, is he?
Is Zbyszko ever in a hurry?
I hope this match doesn't have a time limit. Zbyszko, two-time AWA World Heavyweight Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion, almost 40 glorious years in the game of human chess, known as professional wrestling.
That's right.
So when are you gonna buy my shirt?
You know, Zbyszko, you could say he's past his prime, but I'm telling you, there aren't many people in the business today, even today, people who are in their primes, who I would just, you know, I wouldn't bet money that Zbyszko could beat. He's that crafty, he's that good of a wrestler, and he's still in decent shape for a man of his age. He really is.
Zbyszko's mind is as sharp as ever, that's for sure. And suspiciously, his hairline looks better than ever, too, but that's another story. Zbyszko gets pushed to the outside, and again, it's the junior Sammartino with the advantage.
Jimmy Hart's hairline looks pretty good these days, too.
It does. Good friend of yours, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Manager of school.
I heard that I heard that at one point you enrolled in the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense. Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Oh, I heard those rumors about it.
As far as you know.
Oh, I'll watch myself for the rest of the broadcast.
It's either true or not true. True on that.
True that. As we get back to the match, as Larry Zbyszko.
The beautiful thing about Zbyszko is he's just getting warmed up. He's a lot of ways like Greg Valentine in that it takes him 20, 25 minutes just to get warmed up.
And 20, 25 minutes, I guess it's light cardio, just walking around the ring doing nothing.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But just look at Sammartino. He just wants to get at him so bad. This is mind games. He's gonna force something. And Zbyszko's gonna capitalize. You watch.
This is the 30-year anniversary of Shea Stadium, so yeah, blood's been brewing for a little while here. Zbyszko with a side headlock. That'll cauliflower an ear very easily.
Sammartino wants to win this for his father, for his family's sake.
Absolutely. Drop to hold, I believe, by David Sammartino. And grounding Larry Zbyszko. Larry, great ring presence, seeks salvation in the ropes. And referee trying to keep control here, keep David away from the ropes and count Larry. I don't think Larry would mind taking a count-out loss right now.
You know, I'm going to disagree with you there. Larry's a man of great pride. He's going to do it his way. He's going to do it the Larry way, but he's going to win. Trust me on this.
Who will be sent to Larryland at the conclusion of this matchup? That's the question.
I hope it's you.
I'm over here. I'm not a choice.
But if these two start going hardcore like Douglas and Raven did, they'll be over here too.
That's very well possible. Hard slam by Zbyszko. Just imagine being a young David Sammartino, a teenager, watching at home, and watching Larry Zbyszko assault your father with a steel chair, try to run him out of professional wrestling.
Poor Bruno.
When
he deserved that.
Inside cradle by David. The cradle, and David Sammartino just beat him.
That's a shocker. You know what, Dombrowski?
David Sammartino.
This is travesty after travesty. I think I need to go talk to Chuck Roberts right now. I'm out of here.
I think you need to head to the parking lot. Get out of Dodge. Mayor Mystery has once again stormed off of our broadcast position in protest. No doubt going to be on the phones. No doubt going to be lodging complaints. Hopefully it's the last we've seen him. Hopefully not the last we've seen of David Sammartino in fantastic shape. Larry Zbyszko foiled again. More action still to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, despite the outcome, let's hear it for the living legend. Let's hear it for Larry Zbyszko. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, set for one fall, has a 30-minute time limit, and that is for the IWC Super Indy Championship.
Well, we just heard Chuck Roberts make the announcement that the Super Indy champion gets an automatic bid into the Super Indy tournament this year first time that's ever happened and something I personally feel is long overdue. But before we get to the Super Indy 9 tournament on May 8th, we have to determine who the defending champion will be. It could be this man, Ricky Reyes, Havana Pitbull, Rottweiler, Cuban Crippler, and former IWC champion, one of the most dangerous athletes in IWC history, and wants to reestablish himself among the IWC elite. It could also very well be this man, the man that in March of 2002 put the Super Indy Championship on the map when he won the very first tournament, defeating Christopher Daniels. The Super Indy innovator, the man that went 51 weeks defending that championship in his first reign and is on his way to potentially eclipsing that feat if he can make it the full year and get to Super Indy 9 as defending champion. The controlled aggression and howling fury of Super Hentai enters battle here in Franklin.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first in the ring to my left, he's the challenger. He hails from Havana, Cuba, weighs in at 210 pounds. He's the Cuban crippler, Ricky Reyes. And his opponent in the ring to my right, he trained in Hayabusa, Japan, weighs in at 180 pounds, and is the IWC Super Indy champion, Super Hentai.
Hentai in fantastic shape, coming off of a surgical procedure he sustained early in this year that he suffered on a tour of Hawaii defending the Super Indy Championship. And Hentai is 100%. I think it's the first time we can say that this year, but it's true right now. Mentally and physically, Hentai is 100%. But what is the frame of mind that Ricky Reyes is in? Knowing we have not seen in the past few months, we have a handshake, which is refreshing to see. We've seen Ricky Reyes' temper and his allegiance into question over the past year or so here in IWC. Reyes spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico for the WWC promotion, two-time junior heavyweight champion in that organization. Of course, that organization run by Carlos Colon, the legendary professional wrestler. And Reyes now back in North America, ready to reassert himself in this part of the country, but a difficult task to do so against the man that embodies and personifies the Super Indy division in Super Hentai. And it's Hentai with a drop kick to the Cuban crippler arm drag takedown. Keep in mind, Reyes has battled and beaten some of the best. We're at a stalemate thus far. But Reyes is the only man in the history of this organization that has made Low-Key, Homicide, Brent Albright, Shirley Doe, Larry Sweeney, and a number of others tap out to that Dragon Sleeper. Once Reyes can cinch back with the Dragon Sleeper, lock in the body scissors, more often than not, it is over. If Reyes can cinch it in, you're done for. And Hentai elevated and able to take Reyes down with the Hurricane Rana. And Reyes on the outside regrouping. Reyes knows it's his opportunity to get back in the proverbial saddle here. He's got to be careful, and that involves dodging an attempted high-risk maneuver by Super Hentai. Reyes needs to make an impact. He needs to make a statement right now. And again, a hell of an athlete to do it against. I don't know if I've ever seen any athlete with the amount of focus and drive that Super Hentai does on a nightly basis whenever he competes. And Hentai, however, that drive may be neutralized as Hentai is driven back first into the edge of the ring apron. That is where metal meets wood, and that is just digging into the lower spine of Super Hentai. Reyes has always been ruthless, always been animalistic in his approach. no matter where he is or what he's been doing. And we're seeing more of that right now. It's what Reyes has to do. It's what he needs to do if he has any hopes of a victory. Cover for only 2. But if Reyes can win this championship here tonight and hang on to it for a week, he's got a guaranteed spot in Super Indy 9. And regardless of what would happen at Super Indy 9, his name would be in the record books as the champion. But if Reyes could become the first ever champion to walk in and then walk out with the title in tow, that's going to be a big time headline. So many men have won Super Indy. From Hentai to Colt Cabana, Chris Sabin, John McChesney, Delirious, Larry Sweeney, Jerry Lynn, and it all came full circle a year ago with Super Hentai once again. Reyes once added to that list as we have a near fall in the center of the ring. Hentai was so close to going coast to coast with that championship from 2002 to 2003. It took AJ Styles, of all people, to beat Hentai. And it took interference from Raven, from a number of others. So it took not only half a dozen guys, but the best of the best to pry that championship from Hentai. What is it going to take to do it a second time? After 7 years of work to get back to that championship, Hentai would rather die than surrender the title. But those may be the only 2 options when Ricky Reyes is in the ring. Hentai, Reyes was able to duck down. Hentai may have been going for triple knees, but to no avail. Great flexibility by Super Hentai. Hardest right hand of the cruiserweight weight class. Cross body. But Hentai couldn't trap the weight to stay on him for a cover. And now Hentai with a roll through, victory roll for a near fall. Hentai tried to catch Reyes off guard. The inverted atomic drop and the DDT takes Hentai down. Reyes feeling pretty good about himself, but doesn't matter unless you get the W.
5 minutes.
And we're only 5 minutes deep, and that's a bit premature to celebrate against anybody in IWC, let alone Super Hentai. Neckbreaker, nicely done. Almost shades of Rick Rude in the execution. A near fall, and Reyes starting to be a little frustrated. Reyes wants reestablished. Reyes wants to be back in this situation. Fans getting on Reyes' case. But Reyes has got to know he had a tough field to plow when it came to Hentai. And now just ripping away at the face, ripping away at the mask. Of course, the mask, something Hentai holds very sacred. It's the Cuban Crippler, setting Hentai for the ride, and the point of the elbow drilled right into the heart of the Super Indy champion. And again, Reyes showboating here. He feels he's got something to prove. We saw him come up short with John McChesney in December. We saw him barely overcome Davey Richards in their best of 3 series about a year ago. And Reyes does not want to count out. That's very evident by his abuse of the official. Reyes wants a pinfall or submission. He wants the Super Indy Championship. Action on the outside as the referee administers his count. And Reyes catches Hentai coming back in. And Hentai on the defensive, and Reyes is his most dangerous weapon are the strikes. It's where Reyes works best, and when he can open up that element and control the tempo to that degree, it may be so long for the Super Indy Championship. turnbuckle and a huge charge. And not many kind words from Reyes for Franklin, Pennsylvania. Logan Shulo already qualified for Super Indy 9. Johnny Gargano as well. We saw Justin Idol get added to that list during our pre-show this evening. We heard Larry Sweeney will be back at Super Indy 9. The winner of this matchup will have a spot if he retains the championship that far. That's 5 of the field. Hot news coming in that the final for the first time ever, and there's triple knees in the corner by Hentai. The finals will be a 3-way elimination match, different twist on Super Indy, and Hentai almost retains the championship. And now we get into a striking game. I don't know if anybody can match Reyes. If anybody can, it might be Hentai. But there you see overhead with the DDT. Hentai didn't stick there very long. He knows the toughest weapon of Reyes' arsenal. He worked around it. He almost got the fall. Hentai, modified Michinoku driver. Hentai will go a few different ways here, but none of them will be successful. Reyes takes the balance away from Hentai. And Hentai is hurt. Reyes superplex. This could spell the end. Took a lot of both men. Hentai got the worst. Is that all? No, near fall. Reyes half the count away from being one of only 3 or 4 men in the history of this organization who have held both singles championships at some point or another. Reyes signaling that'll be all. Got the kick. Right to the external occipital protuberance of the Havana Pitbull. And that has damaged the equilibrium and given Hentai the opportunity. You see another victory roll? No. Reyes was able to drop down on Hentai. Hentai went to twist around for an offensive maneuver, but Reyes took the bottom out from under him. And Reyes almost took this championship at that close of an instant. Reyes and Hentai back and forth. Forearm shots perfectly legal. Who's going to budge first? That's a tough bet. Reyes psyching himself up, but Hentai returns in kind. The howling fury of Hentai is battling the Cuban crippler, center of the ring. No give here with the Super Indy title at stake. Neither man with an advantage. They may have punched each other out at this point. Neither man can stand, but they still want to fight. They have literally knocked each other out, but Reyes is the first to recover. The back kick, the cradle. Hentai's shoulders are down. Hentai reverses the weight, reverses it. Hentai got lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still the IWC Super Indy Champion, Super Hentai.
Hentai overcomes a very, very tough test. I don't know if the realization has sunk in yet on Ricky Reyes that he is not the heavyweight Super Indy champion, excuse me, but it has to sink in right now. So close, yet so far away. The Havana Pitbull, the Cuban Crippler, was not successful against the Super Indy innovator. How will Reyes handle this loss? Now, Reyes is a competitor, and he knows when he's been bested by the better man. And that's what we've seen here in this Super Indy Championship match. But the road continues. The road to Super Indy 9 goes through CCAC South in West Memphis, and on to May 8th for Super Indy 9. Can Hentai go coast to coast as Super Indy champion? Looking like he's getting a little scared. Hey! I'm gonna call this main event with you. Are you? No, I'm not. Okay. You can have the chair though. They just dared me to come over here and do it. Okay.
Poor Ricky Reyes.
Well, we are joined now by Shima Xion out here.
Easy, killer. Easy. Now, Reyes, I just came out here to remind you about next weekend. What? April 17th. What? Hey, huge moment in your career. Because it's going to be Ricky Reyes versus Shima Xion. First time ever. But Ricky, I know you're excited. I know it's like a huge honor for you to be in a ring with the Filipino Flex Factory.
What?
Well, Ricky, hey, listen. But I'm doing some thinking though. Ricky, I'm trying to win the Super Indy tournament on May 8th. And I'm not trying to get hurt before that. And I don't really want to hurt you either. So what I'm saying is next weekend, Reyes. What I'm saying is next weekend, I'll go easy on you, kid.
I'll go easy on you. Are you kidding me?
Well, let's face it, you don't. Whoa, wait. Time out. Don't walk about that I can shut you up. Yeah. Time out, relax for a second. Hold on, Ricky. Hold on a second, pal. Okay? In case you forgot I am the owner, in case you forgot Shane Douglas is still here. Now, you think you got an automatic spot in Super Indy. It's really deserving. Oh, you deserve it. Former champion, absolutely true. Don't take that away from you. However, Shima, I remember it was December. Jimmy DeMarco took the heavyweight title from you. Shima, I remember January rematch. Jimmy DeMarco beat you. Shima, I remember March, Clearfield. The Patriot pinned you in the center of the ring. Shima, I remember 2 hours ago, Jason Gory beat you in the center of this ring. So Shima's not, I'm going to tell you, the automatic tonight with Super Hentai. Reyes, former IWC World Heavyweight Champion. Next weekend, first time ever, Filipino legend, Cuban legend, center of the ring at TCAC, but Shima, it's not just going to be a brush-up warm-up match for you in the Super Indy tournament, no, because next week is going to be a Super Indy qualifying match. You, if you win, get in the tournament. You, my friend, if you win, you get into the tournament. So take that and spray it in your hair.
Wow. Chuck Roberts lays down the law. Shima's line has to earn his way in. Ricky Reyes has earned another spot tonight after his performance with Hentai. Reyes, Shima, only one will advance to the field of 12, Super Indy 9. Well, the Honky Tonk Man, greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, is out here. But look who's with him.
He represents the self-professed greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing at 258 pounds, is the living legend, the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man on his way, or rather already in the ring with Mayor Mystery, maybe on his way to a lot worse fate if he hangs around with the mayor much longer, as we settle a fate and a score 22 years in the making.
He's Zoltan, hails from San Francisco, California, weighing at 260 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Brutus, the former Beefcake.
Brother Brudi has had many names and many incarnations throughout his over 30-year career, but none quite like Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And Brutus Beefcake and the Honky Tonk Man have a long-standing history. Okay. And we are set for our final matchup at Honky Tonk Man, jumping Beefcake from the get-go. Now Honky Tonk Man hammering away on Brutus Beefcake. Beefcake ran face first into the turnbuckles, and Honky Tonk Man cannot believe that Mayor Mystery is out here with Brutus, with the Honky Tonk Man against Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But it was back WrestleMania 4, these two men met one-on-one. Beefcake narrowly came up short of taking the Intercontinental Championship from the Honky Tonk Man. Jimmy Hart got involved, Peggy Sue got involved. So much other instances here. Honky Tonk and Mayor getting his cheap shots on the outside of the ring. Honky retained the championship. We were meant to see a rematch between these two athletes at SummerSlam that year, 1988. However, an injury to Brutus the Barber Beefcake prevented that from happening. I believe that was an injury suffered at the hands of Outlaw Ron Bass. Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Honky Tonk Man one-on-one. Hi there. Hey, man. Nice to see you. Mayor hits Honky Tonk Man.
And I can't believe you won't even tell the people who I am.
I'm going to in a minute. We're having all kinds of guests over here.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. What I have to do?
The match is ended. Koko Beware, the Birdman.
I tell you right now, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I told you it wasn't gonna take long.
Beefcake gets the win over Honky Tonk, man, just like that.
Hey,
Koko, it's a pleasure to have you here at IWC United Legends. I'll let you have the last word.
oh my God, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Hey, another defeat.
And Mayor Mystery gonna get a comeuppance. We'll see you next year at the Night of Legends.
Man, I'm gonna knock you out. Get out of here.
Sorry about
Ladies
this.
and gentlemen, your winner, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.